It is not appropriate as educators to tell students what to believe, but it is our duty to foster an environment that welcomes every individual and provides a safe space where they can learn. Schools are to be a microcosm of society at large in which students can practice the types of interactions they will be participating in as adults. Consequently, citizenship has become as much a part of most curriculums as reading, writing, and arithmetic. In honor of Pride Month, we wanted to give our readers some ideas on how to integrate literature with LGBTQ+ characters into your classrooms. Regardless of your religious, political, social views, you will have students in your classroom who identify as LGBTQ+, are questioning their sexuality, and/or have close family members and/or friends who are part of the LGBTQ+ community. Taking this into consideration, you are likely to also have students who are being picked on or bullied for any of these circumstances. This also means treating the use of derogatory, homophobic comments or slang as seriously as you would any other form of prejudice or bigotry. Make your classroom a safe and uplifting place for every student by banning the use of insults, whether they are about race, class, intelligence, or sexuality. Integrating LGBTQ+ literature. Gone are the days when the only book that addresses the LGBTQ+ population is the groundbreaking 1989 children's book Heather Has Two Mommies. And hopefully, gone are the days when students, parents, or teachers have to hide their identities in fear. Many teachers feel nervous even broaching this topic, choosing rather to ignore it completely or quickly changing the subject if a question or discussion goes in that direction. But, cultivating an LGBTQ+ friendly, tolerant, and inclusive environment doesn't mean pushing an agenda, nor does it require labeling a unit as the LGBTQ+ unit. It simply means treating LGBTQ+ students, characters, history, and current events with the same equality, dignity, and respect you do with every other population. For starters, add some titles to your classroom library that have LGBTQ+ characters. It would also be good to have some non-fiction titles available as well. Integrate literary pieces into your instruction with LGBTQ+ characters or authors and model for your students the respect you expect in your classroom. Don't shy away from the relevant biographical information regarding the sexuality of authors, such as Sappho, Christopher Marlowe, William Shakespeare, Lord Byron, Walt Whitman, Oscar Wilde, Langston Hughes, Virginia Woolf, Gertrude Stein, or Alice Walker. As with all content, you should make sure that you have properly vetted, studied, and received approval for any piece before teaching it or even adding it to your classroom library. Elementary titles. Entangle Makes 3 by Justin Richardson and Peter Parnellani's Plaid Shirt by Stacey B. David Antonio's Card La Tarjeta di Antonio by Rigoberto Gonzalez. The Family Book by Todd Parham. Jazz by Jazz Jennings and Jessica Herthel. In Our Mother's House by Patricia Polacco. Jacob's New Dress by Sarah and Ian Hoffman. Morris Micklewhite and the Tangerine Dress by Christine Baldacchino. One of a Kind, Like Me Unico Como Yo by Lauren Mano. Red, A Crayon Story by Michael Hall Jr. High titles. The Best Man by Richard Peck. Better Nate Than Ever by Tim Federal. Double Exposure by Bridget Birdsall. Drama by Raina Telgemeier. From the Notebooks of Melanin's Son by Jacqueline Woodson. The House of Hades by Rick Riordan. The House You Pass on the Way by Jacqueline Woodson. Lily and Duncan by Donna Gephardt. The Misfits series by James Howe. High school titles. Almost Perfect by Brian Ketcher. Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alire. Sen's Boy Robot by Simon Curtis. The Color Purple by Alice Walker. Fat Angie by E. Charlton Trujillo. Keeping You a Secret by Julianne Peters. Labyrinth Lost by Zoraida Cordova. Lark in the Morning by Nancy Garden. Love Rules by Marilyn Reynolds. The Left Hand of Darkness by Ursula K. Le Guin. Not Otherwise Specified by Hannah Moskowitz. Rainbow Boys, Alex Sanchez Trilogy, Rainbow High and Rainbow Road. Vanilla by Billy Merrill. We Are the Ants by Sean David Hutchinson. Will Grayson by John Green and David Levithan. Non-fiction titles. Beyond Magenta, Transgender Teens Speak Out by Susan Cochlin. Borderlands La Frontera, The New Mestiza by Gloria Anzaldúa. Gay, Lesbian, Bisexual, Transgender and Questioning Teen Literature by Carlisle Weber. Gay and Lesbian History for Kids, The Century-Long Struggle for LGBT Rights by Jerome Polengold. TAC, The Survival Guide for Gay, Lesbian, Bisexual, Transgender, and Questioning Teens by Kelly Huggle. It Gets Better, Coming Out, Overcoming Bullying, and Creating a Life Worth Living by Dan Savage and Terry Miller. LGBTQ+ Athletes Claim the Field, Striving for Equality by Kirsten Crun Mills and Alex Jackson Nelson Pride, Celebrating Diversity and Community by Robin Stevenson. Queer Girls in Class, Lesbian Teachers and Students Tell Their Classroom Stories by Lori Horvitz. Queer, There, and Everywhere, 23 People Who Changed the World by Sarah Prager. Stonewall, Breaking Out in the Fight for Gay Rights by Ann Bossum. Resources: Gay, Lesbian and Straight Education Network, Gender Diversity and LGBTQ Inclusion in K-12 Schools, A Guide to Supporting Students, Changing Lives by Sharon Verner Chappell, Carol E. Ketchum, and Lisa Richardson. GSA Advisor Handbook. The Heart Has Its Reasons, Young Adult Literature with Gay, Lesbian, Queer Content, 1969 to 2004 by Carmichael and Christina Jenkins. Invitation to All, Welcoming Gays and Lesbians into My Classroom and Curriculum by Patricia Daniel, English Journal, 96, 5 2007, 75-80. LGBTQ Voices in Education, Changing the Culture of Schooling. Reading the Rainbow, LGBTQ Inclusive Literacy Instruction in the Elementary Classroom by Caitlin L. Ryan and Jill M. Herman. Wilmarth. Ready, Set, Respect. Gulson's Elementary School Toolkit Representing the Rainbow in Young Adult Literature, LGBTQ+ Content since 1969 by Christine Jenkins. Safe is Not Enough, Better Schools for LGBTQ Students by Michael Sadowski. Stepping Up, Teachers Advocating for Sexual and Gender Diversity in Schools by Molly V. Blackburn, Caroline T. Clark and Ryan Shea. Teaching Tolerance, www.tolerance.org, Best Practices for Serving LGBTQ Students. Yes, you can. LGBTQ Literature in the Classroom and the Library.